Okay, so Michelle, the World Cup is one of these kinds of events, even if you're not a big sports fan or soccer fan, or, I mean, my only exposure to soccer has been watching my kids play it very badly. Very badly. I love you.
Most parents
kids.
can relate.
I love you. But, I mean, for this still, the whole World Cup is such a special experience. Tell me why that is.
Paige, I think very few things literally in the world bring us together the way sports do. And when you think about the stages in which the world competes, you have the Olympics and you have the World Cup. And so I think the fact that while soccer isn't necessarily the biggest or most popular sport in the United States, it is by far the most popular sport in the world. Every other country treats soccer, American soccer, the way that a lot of Americans treat NFL.
NFL, football.
American
Absolutely.
football, right.
Absolutely.
And so when you think about the most passionate sports fan you know, okay?
Okay.
Now multiply that exponentially by the, 7 billion-ish people in the world.
Right.
And
Billion-ish.
that's how a lot of people feel about their soccer team. You layer on the country aspect here and how much pride people feel for their country. And I think that's why this tournament means so much to so many people.
Well, and you mentioned country. I mean, we're not talking about a branch,
Right.
a localized, the Dallas Cowboys or what. This is a country that is rallying around their team. Okay, so walk us through how the tournament actually works. I'm very curious about that. How do teams kind of qualify? What does that path look like to become a World Cup champion?
So this year, there are 48 teams in the field. It's the biggest World Cup ever. There are more teams than have ever competed in this tournament. Now, the way they got selected is there are several qualifying rounds, qualifying matches that ultimately get us to this field of 48, and those are put on by each of the different confederations. Now, that's kind of technical. Basically, like the CONCACAF Confederation manages the United States, Canada, Mexico, and some of the Caribbean teams. UEFA manages all the European teams. And there are all these qualifying games that you have to win a certain number of in order to qualify for the World Cup. Now that we have the 48 teams who are competing in the tournament, each of them are divided up into 12 different groups, and you see them there, A through L. Each of these groups is going to play 3 matches. So of those 4 teams in each group, they're all going to play each other one time. The teams that earn the most points in the group stage will advance to the knockout stage. And there is what the knockout stage bracket looks like. 32 teams will advance to this portion of the tournament. And this is when you get to more of what you think of as tournament play. It's a winner take all. You play one game. It's 90 minutes of regulation. If it's still tied after 90 minutes, they'll play 30 minutes of extra time. If it's still tied after that amount of play, that's when you go to PKs, and that's where the excitement of the World Cup really reaches its peak.
Well, and it's already happening. We're seeing that. We're feeling that. I mean, it's here. It is happening. I'm curious about, there are these stars that are emerging that are going to continue to emerge as the World Cup continues. Do you have your eye on a specific teams or specific players that we all should kind of be paying attention to?
100%. I mean, Lionel Messi is the one that comes to mind immediately. He is playing in what is likely going to be his last World Cup, and he led Argentina to a World Cup victory in 2022. So he's obviously a huge storyline coming in. From an American team perspective, names like Christian Pulisic jump out. You have Ricardo Pepi, who was left off of the 2022 roster. He came up through the FC Dallas system. He's going to be expected to carry a lot of the load on the attacking front. And then, Weston McKennie's a local guy. A lot of eyes on him. Tim Ream is a real vet in this space. So those are a couple of the names on the American team that I think fans will start to hear quite often.
All right, and there's so many different experiences that come along with this. It's been really exciting to see how people have reacted thus far, and there's so much more. This has been great. Thank you so much.
Of course,
I appreciate it. Okay, you can keep up with all the match previews, highlights, and the biggest sports stories on our WFAA Ultimate Dallas Sports Show. It airs weekdays at noon and again at 9 p.m. Just download the app to your streaming device and watch it for free.